Gam everyone. Samaje Perine is a Kansas City Chief. Chase Brown is safe. Rankings are updated on patreon.com/DavisMattic. The giveaway is as big as ever. And in fact, if you're not trying to get part of my portfolio right now, literally what are you doing? If you are not part of the biggest giveaway in the history of fantasy football, I don't really understand what you're doing. Every comment that you leave under a video on this channel from July 2nd until December 11th, it's free money. It's absolutely free money. Need to remind all of you right now that also on Underdog, they have a $1,000 first-time deposit bonus match. I know that some of you watch the videos, you sit here and hang out, but you are not on Underdog Fantasy yet. Promo code Davis is a $1,000 first-time deposit bonus match. We're here. Fake Davis said that you have to pay me. I don't know who Fake Davis is, but I hope that you pay me. Guys, we are running up against it. I have 16 more Best Ball Mania drafts left to do. I would like to get them all done on stream. Don't get me wrong. That would be ideal. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I've been doing them slowly. I had, I guess, 21 left to do when I woke up this morning, so I've already knocked out 5. One of them was on the Swolecast. Eli Reasons was not able to watch the Swolecast live. I mean, what are you doing in your life when you are not able to catch the Swolecast live? Feels pretty brutal for you. What day do we think Best Ball Mania fills? Honestly, yeah, Saturday. It's coming up pretty quick. I'm trying to get the screen to load. My computer's being a little bit slow right now. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it likely fills on Saturday, maybe before, maybe Friday night. Apparently, our guy Neil Orfield, who's trying to stream all of his drafts, has about, I think he said I think Peter was telling me he's got like 30 left to do or something. And man, he is not that close to getting it done. So shout out to Neil. You know, tough scene there. Need to present my screen here. We're done. We're good. We're in. When do I think Underdog will cut the slow option? Generally, they cut it when it's right about 95, 96% full. We get the influencer 1-2. Last night, someone drafted a 4-5-4-5 team in my BBM. I'm worried it gets thrown out and BBM closes before I re-enter it. Whew. I'm also worried about that. I mean, I'm just constantly worried about not getting to 150 Best Ball Manias, but that in and of itself, that roster permutation, I don't think that means it's going to get thrown out. Now, maybe if they were drafting, they took Aeneas Smith in the first round, they took Greg Ward in the second round, sure, then maybe it gets thrown out. Then maybe you might be a little bit concerned. How much fab budget on Perine? I mean, in a high-stakes league, it's a pretty good spot. My gut reaction in the ranks was to move him up into sort of the... I mean, I have Estime very high in my rankings, so this is not one-to-one, but kind of like the Bigsby, Justice Hill, Tyrone Tracy range, because what we do need to remember is that Jerick McKinnon, before he was a Kansas City Chief, this guy had dead legs. This guy had not contributed meaningfully in a football game for a long time before he was a Kansas City Chief. That was actually one of the reasons why we liked Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And in fact, perhaps more importantly, his first season as a Kansas City Chief, he was not really any good. McCaffrey goes 1. We are going to take CeeDee Lamb. So Jerick McKinnon, let's go back and look at his first season as a Kansas City Chief, because we should not do any revisionist history here. Jerick McKinnon really did not play as a Kansas City Chief. He came in, played about 30% of the snaps for about 2 months, got no touches, hadn't scored any touchdowns until week 17 in this game against Denver. This is when it happened for Perine, the playoff games. 6 for 81 and 1, 5 for 54. He was pretty prominently involved in that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, played 78% of the snaps, and then was very good the next year. So it's not as if Perine is a lock for this incredible role or anything like that. What round am I taking Perine in Best Ball Mania right now? I think you could start thinking about him right about here, about I want to say 160. You know, what running back goes at 160? Bucky. So I take Bucky Irving over him. I think Antonio Gibson versus him is a legitimate conversation. Not that it would be a jam, but it's just I suppose it is a we just don't know situation because we just don't know. I mean, people forget Melvin Gordon was on the Kansas City Chiefs last year. You know, they like to do this. Carlos Hyde has been on the Kansas City Chiefs. LaShawn McCoy on the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they do this. They have frequently done this. I think if you want a more realistic comp, I don't think McKinnon, 9 touchdowns in 8 games is the most realistic one. I think the age 31 season for LaShawn McCoy, people forget he actually played for Tampa in 2020. But in 2019, LaShawn McCoy was on the Kansas City Chiefs. He played about maybe this role right here. So he's hurt in this game against Tennessee. He comes back at the back end of the season, ends up not playing in the playoffs at all. 39%, 37%, 31%, 25% of the snaps. Gets targeted a couple times, scores a couple tuds. That is basically what you are wanting from him, I think. I don't think it really gets much better than that. Should we draft him in the McKinnon range last year like Kitchen suggested? No. Now, this is not accurate. He got cut from the worst team in the league because the worst team in the league is trying to develop Audric Estime. It didn't have, right now, Samaje Perine is a better NFL running back, probably more able to contribute to winning than Audric Estime, particularly for a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, you put Audric Estime on the Chiefs, he probably doesn't play. Perine, assuming he's healthy, all that stuff, he's going to play. Any update on the CEH status? I mean, I think this is a real indication of the CEH status, which is that the Clyde Edwards-Helaire status cannot be that good. It really cannot be that good if they're bringing in Perine, because they had Prince, who was in the building last year. They had Amani Bailey, who Best Ball Moderate, who hangs out here in the chat. Let me make this pick real quick. Pretty clearly Jalen Waddle here. Amani Bailey got a ton of money in undrafted free agency, which is very strange. So they had him. They had Steele, and they still brought Perine in, and they let Tony go, which, whatever you want to say about Tony, they traded a 3rd-round pick for him. He is, if Kadarius Toney could focus, which I think pretty clearly he can't, he would be one of the better wide receivers on the team. He would probably be better than Hollywood Brown if he was any good, or if he could lock in, but he can't lock in. All right, let's do a little exposure check here before I make this pick. 14% DJ Moore. A lot of, I guess I must have been taking these guys in big dogs. Could take Kyron. Don't really want to, though. CD and Waddle. CD right at ADP. Waddle good bit after ADP. I don't know. I just did a team from this spot right before I got on my phone, and I took Adams in this exact spot with this exact combination of players. Not Waddle. It was I don't know. It was someone else. But Bowers was there after ADP. I'm gonna take DJ Moore because I think they're a coin flip, and I like being able to be. I don't love taking Bowers and Adams together at all. How many more BBMs? Yeah, 16. No, 15 now. He'd be better if he was any good, of course. Oh, this is a great question. How many players with a receiving touchdown on the Kansas City Chiefs this year? Phenomenal question. This is a good bet. Everyone put your guess. I'm gonna do my guess. How many Chiefs players with a receiving touchdown this year? All right, we've got Worthy, Hollywood, and Rashid. That's 3. We got Kelsey, that's 4. We got Gray, that's 5. We got Pacheco is 6. We've got Steele, that's 7. We've got Justin Watson, that's 8. Technically, Hardman is still on the team. That's 9. I'm going to give Jared Wiley one. That's 10. They traded for Peyton Hendershot today. I'm going to go. I set the line. I set the line at 11.5. I set the line of Kansas City Chiefs to score a receiving touchdown. 11.5. Yeah, 6 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. I think it's 3 tight ends, man. I think it's 3. I think Jared Wiley is going to catch a receiving touchdown this year. And maybe Peyton Hendershot. No Cappuccino, maybe Peyton Hendershot. Is Blake Bell? Where is Blake Bell after all these roster cuts? Did he retire? Blake Bell. I wonder. Let's go past month. Blake Bell. Blake Bell is still a UDFA. Don't count out Blake Bell, man. Don't count out Blake Bell. Interesting from deep East Texas here at the 11 hole. He takes Gibbs, which I think is fine, actually. I think it's fine to take Gibbs over Puka London, but he does Allen, and he snaps Rashi at the 4-2 instead of doing Kincaid. I mean, maybe he thinks Kincaid can come back. It's 10, I would do house max on the over. 10, I would do, if you gave me even money on 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs receiving touchdowns, I'm taking out a loan to bet the over. 10 is not, I mean, most teams probably have 10. That's probably not true. That's actually a good question. Let's just look at a random team. Let's see how many on the Bills last year caught a touchdown. The 2023 Bills. How many guys caught a touchdown? All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on the Bills. So if the Bills do 10, and Latavius didn't catch one, Damian Harris didn't catch one, and the fullback didn't catch one, Reggie Gilliam, yeah, it's house max. Oh, no. I don't really want Mahomes Worthy on this team. This is not a particularly good team because I want Dak on this team. I don't really want Mahomes and Worthy on this team, and I don't really want Lamar and Andrews either. 12% Andrews. Fuck. I mean, who am I kidding? I don't. This is, guys, I got bored. Cardinal sin. I got bored. Just for a second there, I got bored. Okay, all right. Well, that's why you take Worthy first. I got bored. You get bored, you get punished. You get bored, you get punished. I don't really know what this guy on the turn is thinking. Tight end or James Cook? Maybe a James Cook team? James Cook, anchor running back? I bet I don't have any combinations of these players. All right, let's do something different. Let's just do something different. What's wrong? It's always a Xavier Worthy team, but it's not always a Mahomes Worthy team. No, I did something weird. I guarantee I could go through. I could pull up my best ball explorer right now. I bet I've got 0 combinations of these players. No chance do I have Xavier Worthy with Jalen Waddle and CeeDee Lamb at all. So there we go. Yeah. I famously, I don't want Worthy and Mahomes on my team. Have I taken any Sion Vaki? Boy, do I have a story for you. Go, Bearcat, go check my YouTube shorts. There's a 45-second clip of me not taking Sion Vaki, but I've got 1% Sion Vaki, $52 worth of Sion Vaki on underdog.com. I do have a couple I have more Sion Vaki teams on DraftKings, of course. Where am I taking Mason now? I forgot to upload my rankings. It's the second time in a row I've done this. I moved Mason way up. So this is obviously wrong. I need to, maybe in between drafts, I will go upload my new sheet of rankings. But I moved Mason all the way up to this range right here. The Zeke, Jalen Wright, Ty Chandler, Braylon Allen, Khalil Herbert range. I don't remember the exact number, but I moved him way, way up. And I think it's right to do. I don't remember. I believe it was John Boy Beats. Yes, we have all taken a huge sigh of relief. I mean, that was about as good as it gets for me. Like, sure, I guess I sacrificed like 10 Carson Steele teams or something. I am happy to sacrifice the Carson Steele teams. I mean, I got 3 Chase Brown big dog teams. So can't complain about that. Yeah, guys, I'm on the ass end of look where all these elite tight ends went. Kittle, Pitts, Ingram, all snapped off. How much do I own of the punt returner? That's a good question. Probably not very much. Kyron Williams, 10.8%, $1,056. I think that's a fine number. Kyle, shout out to you. Learned a lot. Jacobs or Pacheco. So I still have Pacheco ahead. Honestly, you definitely could say that's bag defending. I'm not even going to tell you that it's not bag defending. I think it's completely fine to say that that's bag defending. I'm about to do something vindictive to this guy. Feel bad for him. So this guy who's right behind me has Mahomes because he didn't want me to have him. He's got this guy right here, this guy to my left, Kimchi Sarang. So I'm going to take Hollywood Brown, one spot ahead of him. How does Perine impact Steele? I mean, look, like it's not good. I think Steele. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I apologize. You're a good friend, but I had to do it to you. Perine, I mean, I'm not taking Steele now. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not taking Steele now. All right. What do we do here? Could take Najee as the bring back. There's no quarterback open. I guess Ferguson. 83 to, yeah. I got like very little of that. We'll do Jake Ferguson. Stopped taking Pacheco when he went from the 50s to the early 40s. Hopefully he can slip a few times in the next week. I mean, he definitely is going to slip now. I am sorry. I would have been less vindictive about that if I knew that it was a friend. Why are none of us drafting 3-6-6-3 teams after 1-1 BBM4 last year? Well, the real reason why we're doing that is none of us feel good with having 6 wide receivers. That's the basic answer, is that. So like this team right now, I've got CeeDee Lamb, great. Jalen Waddle, great. DJ Moore, great. Xavier Worthy, great. Hollywood Brown, great. Love all those guys. I'm going to take one more in the mid rounds for sure. But even when we get to 17, 18, I'm going to be like, I don't know if I'm that good, man. So that is really what it is that we are so wide receiver conscious that we can't stop there. Who is the late round player you're making sure you don't leave drafts without right now? In best ball, it is Malik Washington. Definitely in best ball, it is Malik Washington. In managed leagues, I don't know if you're asking about your home league or high stakes leagues or whatever. I think there are any of the 2 Chargers running backs, J.K. Dobbins or Kamani Vidal, I'm trying to get a ton of. I'm trying to be all over Kamani Vidal. Gibson is a good one. But really, I like to think for managed leagues, what you should think about late rounds not leaving with is what sort of situations can we get to in week 1 where once I get the information, a guy is either a stone cold lock, I'm not cutting him, like A.D. Mitchell would be a good one. A.D. Mitchell would be, so if A.D. Mitchell in week 1, I don't even know who the Colts play, but if he runs 75% of the routes, gets a deep target, getting goal line snaps, undroppable. You know, that would be an example. Another example would be, let's say Antonio Gibson for the Patriots. So if Antonio Gibson in a 12-team home league might not even be owned all the time, might not even get drafted. But if in week 1, Antonio Gibson plays the long down and distance stuff and they run like 4 screens for him, that's just an easy 11 point per game week roll, and you're gonna want that. Yeah. On DK, this is optimal. All the studies, all the info says 3683 is basically the best strategy on DraftKings. Please describe how it feels to be running so pure this year. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. It feels pretty great. It feels pretty unbelievable to be running this hot right now. Now, obviously, a lot of things are going, snapped. Dak Prescott snapped off by J-Dubs 0518. He's got no Cowboy. He's got no Eagle. But he does have 3 Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Well, hey. You know, whatever you want to do, man. It does feel great. Why is the Perine signing so detrimental to Pacheco, but Kyren is still a good pick at the 2-3 turn? Well, these are really different situations. Kyren, let me make this pick and then I will come back to this actually, because I think this is kind of at the heart of what we are trying to get at here. Dang, all my players are going. Bowers goes too. All right, we are going to have to be calling some audibles here. We are going to have to call some audibles here on the program. Some good running back picks here. Nate the Great, don't snipe me, bro. He takes Zamir White. So I will take Tony Pollard, and I will dare Disbanded Brotherhood to take my favorite picks from me, which I'm sure he is about to do. Dang, is this going to end up being a 3-quarterback team? It probably is going to end up being a 3-quarterback team. Javonte goes. Joe Burrow is still there. Huh. Well, I really wish I wouldn't have taken Ferguson now. Obviously, really wish I would not have taken Ferguson now. And Njoku goes. All right, well. My running back 1 is James Cook. So I don't need to snap Chase Brown here. I could take Caleb. Dak is gone. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what the James Cook pick bought me. So that was the difference. The James Cook pick allowed me to not tap Chase Brown there. If I would have taken another wide receiver there, I would not have had the luxury of taking Caleb Williams at 98. Sliding glass doors. Anyways, Perine is so detrimental to Pacheco because of the snaps that Perine plays. Perine is not a full down running back, but what he is he is a short distance specialist and a long down and distance specialist, which are the snaps that accumulate the most fantasy points. Corum and Kyren are going to rotate drives. So if Kyren is in on the good drives, Kyren is in on the scoring drives, then it's all good. Like basically, Kyren scored 21.8 PPR points per game last year. Guys who score that many points do not end up back in the 3rd round of drafts. You know, that's not how it works. So you're already getting a pretty big discount based on his production from last year. So even if it's 2 drives for him and 1 drive for Quorum, which is kind of how I read the punt returning stuff, that doesn't really impact, to me, Kyren Williams' projection, because his workload was better than McCaffrey's last year. So the room for his workload to decrease and for him to still be a good fantasy asset. William has 3 weekly winner slows left, taking Perine in every one. Yeah, I did just take Samaje Perine in a weekly winner slow. I don't know if it's good or not, but it definitely is funny. Yeah, Kyren is a good player. McVay did have Cup returning punts. That is true. If you look at what did I run? Oh, so I ran the filter for over 150 rushes and over 10 punt returns in the last 20 years. It was only Alvin Kamara. But then I ran the filter for over 100 targets and over 10 punt returns, and it's a much better cohort of players. Much better. It's like Antonio Brown, Darren Sproles, and Cooper Kupp. Also, yeah, Kyren Williams was the punt returner in weeks 1 through 3 last year. Now, when they realized that they wanted him as the full-time starting running back, of course, they changed that. So Kyren in this is actually funny to look back on. Kyren in week 3 last year plays 100% of the offensive snaps. Terrible game. 10 rushes for 38 yards, 2 receptions for 27 yards. Brutal game. He also in that game has a punt return for 3 yards. It's very funny. Then they remove him from the returns. Look what happens. Immediately, 25 for 103 and 2, 3 for 24. He starts ripping off these crazy results. So, yeah, Debo does some returns. All right. What do I do here? Suppose all my quarterbacks are gone. Oh, no. All my quarterbacks are not gone. Take Tua here. Here's the thing. This is me being a dick. I am mad that I can't take Trevor Lawrence here. Because this guy here took Dak from me, and he's got 3 Jaguars. But I really want to take Lawrence. But that would just be being a dick. I'm going to take Gabe Davis first and see how I feel about it. But I really do want to be a dick to this guy. But it makes much more sense to just take Tua. I think for bye weeks, yeah, makes much more sense to take Tua. But I want to be an asshole. Should I do it for the bit? Should I do it for a bit? All right, I'll do it for the bit. I mean, what's the difference? Tua and Trevor Lawrence, what's the difference? Trevor Lawrence can score more points than Tua. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the oh yeah, I've got Pollard too. There you go. Let's do the Discord League. Let's do this on Friday. We will do a fast draft on stream for Discord boys only. So if you're a patreon.com/Davis Maddox subscriber or a member of the YouTube channel, we will do it. I'm gonna put a reminder in the Discord. I'm gonna say Friday afternoon stream. We are doing the Discord League. First come, first serve, all free roll, $100 to the winner. There you go. All right, it's done. And JDubs 0518 Wow, he even took Hopkins too. Maybe he took Dak by mistake. He had to have taken this guy. This guy had to have taken Dak by mistake. Can I ask your take on Drake London? I drafted him as my wide receiver 2 in a home league, but I notice you don't get much of him. I mean, it's not even really that I don't like him. Here, I will show you guys my redraft tiers over on the Patreon. And I will show you where Drake London is in them and why I don't get them. So I've got Drake London at 14. That's a high ranking. That's ahead of his ADP. But I've got Nico Collins and Deebo Samuel ahead of him as well. So if you have 2 players who go behind him in ADP ahead of him in your rankings, you're just not going to get very much of him. But Drake London is a good player. I want to have some of them. I want to be in on him. Wow. David, salute to you. What are you cooking here? Wow. Look at this. You got the Zay Lamar after ADP. Beautiful. He's not scared of Kyron. Kyron at pick 28. No shot. No shot has anyone else picked more. I will literally show you how many times I was clicking it. My Twitter searches right now are Dylan Laube, Brennan Rice, Samaje Perine, Carson Steele, Drake May. Those are my Twitter searches. Hey man, I don't always look. I don't always look. When I'm in a room, I don't always look at the other people that I'm going up against. Hey Davis, I noticed you draft Worthy a lot. I took him pick 1, round 1 of my home league. Do you think this is too early or could we push it some more? You know, you don't want to risk it. Do you want to risk not having Samaje Perine in your home league? I don't think so. Oh, Chad types the letter A. And my phone autofills Aeneas Smith. How many BBMs left? I believe 15. I believe 15 after this. All right. We are up on the clock. We do need a running back. My God, do we need a running back? Is Jordan Mason gone? Jordan Mason is not gone. So this is right in the range where I'm taking Jordan Mason now. And also, Galaxy Brain. At the 101 and the 102, if you don't take McCaffrey and you do take CD, you should always be thinking about taking the 49ers handcuff running back, because a lot of these other guys, a lot of CMC teams are going to have DJ Moore. A lot of CMC teams are going to have Jalen Waddle. A lot of CMC teams are going to have Hollywood. A lot of CMC teams are going to have Tony Pollard, Gabe Davis. My entire Chrome suggestions are just 20 rounds. That would be a good game. That would be a very good game. You type in any letter. Okay. Could take another running back. Could be a good Jaleel team. Don't really want Freiermuth. There's no Seahawk I want to take. There's no Titan I want to take. There's no Jaguar I want to take. There's no Jet I want to take. Let's take Jaleel. Need a little bit of floor because Mason's a 0 basically. So let's do Jaleel. Love it. Haskins, Hassan Haskins? What about him? That's true. That is true. Well, what if though? What if this guy to my left is a big handcucker? Oh, this is a good one. No, it's Jordan Mason. It's Jordan Mason and Malik Washington are the 2 guys that I'm most worried about not getting exposure to. Yeah. Malik Washington, I liked him the whole time anyway. But now that Odell is on the pup and that there's just a chance that he just might be the starting 3rd wide receiver for them all year anyway. And I think he's better than Cedric Wilson and Braxton Berrios and those guys. By the way, sneaky thing about the Dolphins, I mean, they only kept 5 wide receivers, and one of them is Grant Dubois, who they claimed off of waivers from Green Bay. And their tight end room has no one who can catch any passes. Please stop drafting Chase Brown. He's your biggest portfolio weakness. I mean, buddy, Chase Brown is free money right now. Chase Brown is like a 6th round value. Chase Brown is as good of a pick as James Conner now. Someone asked me a question. Oh, here we go. Ray Davis or Kamani Vidal? I believe I have Vidal maybe like 4 or 5 spots ahead. Home league on the clock. Vidal feels like a better pick to me. I don't know. Feels like a better pick. Tony Pollard, 4th or 5th? I mean, what if? I'm really trying to get a lot of Tony Pollard right now. I really am. This is so true. Chase Brown had the Perine FUD baked into the ADP. Now it's gone. Like, we know where Samaje Perine is. Have I addressed the rumors of a Jalen Waddle injury? Yeah, I mean, I've heard this. I don't really know. I don't really know what the deal is, but he's been back at practice. He's wearing a non-contact jersey. I don't. What does that mean? What does that mean? Now's around the time I start ripping standard drafts on UD. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that dude. I mean, I bet you are snapping off a lot of good soft action right now. Man, yeah, you are ripping off a lot of soft action right now, Marcus. I would say my experience, I've not done these in a long time. I used to do them. I used to do them when we would play these things called MFL 10s. Pretty heavy on the elite tight ends in those formats. I really want one of the highest scoring tight ends as opposed to doing the, you know, your TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant, Greg Dulcich builds. That's my word of advice. In managed leagues, how would you rank Jordan Mason compared to the rookie handcuffs? Like, the same. Braylon Allen and Jordan Mason are realistically the same, but Jordan Mason plays for the best running team in the NFL. And because he plays for the best running team in the NFL, I think you got to put him a little bit higher. This is how you can tell that I forgot to upload my ranks in like the last week because Jahan Dotson is still ranked, even though I deleted him from my rankings. All right. Well, we could do Say the Line Bart and take Hunter Henry and set up Drake. Oh, we already have 2 quarterbacks, though. So we don't need to set up Drake May. So we don't need to Say the Line Bart. We do have DJ Moore. It's like pretty clearly Khalil Herbert here. Okay. Khalil Herbert, welcome to the team. I love not having to say the line. The picks were etched on cave walls. I mean, that's what it felt like. Like making email picks, that's crazy. But it sure was a time. Might be on the clock in a slow best ball 10 that I'm doing. No, okay, I'm not. All right. Now we're back to, this is a wide receiver or a tight end pick. That is a really high Hunter Henry ranking. People might say it's a smidge too high. Oh, this is a good Greg Dortch team. Very good Greg Dortch team. Lamb, Waddle, Moore, Worthy, Hollywood. So I need a little bit of week 1 production. Yeah, welcome to the team, Mr. Dortch. It's always a good Greg Dortch pick, to be honest. How many weeks until Swift is benched? Oh, he'll get a month. He'll get a month in before he gets benched. I think 3 or 4. I think 3 or 4 weeks in, then he'll get benched. Jeremy would rather have Ty Chandler, Khalil Herbert, Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, or Jordan Mason. I mean, that's just not based in reality. I could get it if you'd prefer Moss. That feels fine. Or maybe if you were really a big Zamir White guy or something. But to say that you like a guy who is going to project for 2 points on a given week over Chase Brown, that feels insane. Or maybe you just don't. Maybe you just haven't played fantasy football long enough. I don't know. Bengals running backs score a lot of points, though. Don't you think the offensive spread will cater to Swift's skills? Theoretically, yes. But the Shane Waldron offense, I mean, it was at its best with Kenneth Walker as a rookie. The Shane Waldron offense cooked at its best when it was the big, the big-bodied guy, for sure. So that leads me, honestly, more to Broshan. But I think Khalil Herbert might just be better than DeAndre Swift right now. Chase Brown, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Chase Brown could definitely be this year's Sky Moore. I'm not even saying Chase Brown is like, oh, he's this amazing running back. He's this year's Kyren Williams. Like, I don't even think that. But I think that the Bengals backfield consistently has tons of points available. Burrow checks down to running backs a lot. It's like a big part of his game because he extends plays. The Bengals, under Zach Taylor, have ran a lot around the goal line. And I think Chase Brown is, I know Chase Brown is more explosive than Zach Moss. No doubt. Yeah, Mixon, like literally. Yeah, and maybe it's Zach Moss. And maybe it will be Zach Moss, right? Totally possible. But to be out on both of them would just be insane. It would just be, it would be like, it's not that dissimilar from the Zeke Rico thing in Dallas, except there's a third guy who's going to get snaps there, right? So maybe it's not exactly 1-to-1. Well, sure. I mean, don't get me. Ty Chandler could get a lot of snaps. I like Ty Chandler and probably should draft more of him. A-Rod needs it to be Ty Chandler season like yesterday. How much money? He got $4.5 million guaranteed, which is not nothing, but, it's like 1/3 of what DeAndre Swift got. So that is the range of player that we're talking about. We're on the clock. There's not really a correlated tight end to take unless, Fant is gone. I guess we could take Chig. I don't really want to take Chig. Juwan Johnson. Conklin's gone. I guess Gesicki. I'm not going to take Gesicki. I'm going to take... Oh, am I good at buys? I am good at buys. This is probably a 3 tight end team anyways. All right, Juwan Johnson, welcome to the team. Why did so many running backs go late? Because wide receivers score more points on average than running backs. I don't think Dalvin. I think it probably increases Rico's value because wow. That has got to be the first time Peyton Hendershot has been taken. That's got to be the first time Peyton Hendershot has been taken. Take Malik Washington. Peyton Hendershot in Best Ball Mania. Peyton Hendershot in Best Ball Mania 5. What if Peyton Hendershot is what you need? It's possible. Greg has been commenting on all the videos. Are you going to go back to the very first live stream? Yes. Every comment on every video from July 2nd to December 11th. July 2nd to December 11th. So all these videos, all the DFS videos, all the portfolio videos, everything. Everything. It all counts. Every comment is an entry. And guess what? I bet some people are going to get lazy and not comment on everyone. It's true. Laube did have a sick cut on the fumble. It seemed like a fluke. He got helmet to helmeted. He got helmet to helmeted. So, not his fault. I love soccer, man. Huge soccer guy. Big Aston Villa guy. Big FIFA guy. played a ton of FIFA in my life. I'm retired from it right now, but I do love it. Yeah, max. So you can comment as many times as you want per video, but each comment underneath is one entry into the giveaway. How much Worthy do you actually own? It's a great question. I bet it's a lot. Xavier Worthy, $2,700 in entry fees, 38% on Xavier Worthy. Artillery Frost, good man. Good man. It is shameful. 324 concurrents, only 60 likes. Absolutely disgusting shit. Blake Corum valued right now. He's like a 10th round pick. Let's see. Where did he go? Where did he go on this? Do I have the draft board pulled up? Blake Corum went in the 10th round. He went, I would take him ahead of Jerome Ford. I would take him ahead of Spears. I would take him ahead of Gus. So this is the line right here for me. Rico over Corum, but Corum over the rest of those guys. Perine to the Chiefs is Christmas for me, for sure. It's just yes. Also, chat comments do not qualify. Chat comments do not qualify. Only comments under the actual video. Oh, guess I'm gonna be. This is so funny, guys. Guess I'm gonna be reworking this. 5.1 per 2.5% Carson Steele. All right, is this a 6 running back team? Or is this a 3 tight end team? You know, I got Jordan Mason on this. Let's do it. Should we say the line? Should we say the line, Bart? Should we say the line? I'll take Samaje Perine. I'll take Samaje Perine. Oh, there we go. I'm taking Malik on every build. Malik is my jam. Malik is my every draft guy. Joe likes Spears over Corum, but Corum is worth a decent. Yeah, absolutely. Someone took Perine. Somebody took Perine. It definitely eats into Pacheco's pass catching duties. 100%, unquestionably. You can't. There's no way around it. It is gonna eat. Well, assuming that he is promoted from the practice squad before week 1. If he's active week 1, it's really not good for old Pacheco. 15 left. 15 left to go. If you don't like the video, my dog is gonna starve. It's true. Best round 18 drafter in the world. How does he do it? Perine and Worthy together. I think you were smart drafting Brown early, but a plus 30% stand on a guy who can't find the hole. I mean, sure, man. It's definitely if I am staying up at nights worried about Samaje Perine, it's probably an indication that it was not the greatest selection I've ever made. Probably not the greatest stand to make in the history of fantasy football. Do I think Harrison Jr. will be a first-round pick next season? Honestly, I do not. I really don't. I think he's going to go in the exact same range. I think he'll probably disappoint a smidgen, just a smidge, at ADP, and he'll go in the exact same range. If you comment 500 times on a video, is that 500 entries? No. You can comment on 500 different videos. Every video you comment on is 1 entry. 1 comment equals 1 entry per 1 video. Malik, for sure, for me, over Jordan Whittington. I think he's going to be playing in week 1. Yeah, shout out to Sion Vaki. He might be a little forgotten right now. I apologize to him. Is Malik better than Traylon? Speculation? Yes, in my opinion. This is David's first year doing best ball. He's been having a blast and love all the content surrounding it. Hey, man, it's a good sweat. And honestly, even if you draft bad teams, you still might win. That's the beautiful thing about it. Have you been in any redraft leagues where Hollywood's been drafted over Rice yet? No. I think everyone's pretty woke to the fact he's not going to be suspended. Do we know where Laird ended up? Laird is staying fit and active and healthy, waiting for a team to call. This is a great question. Can someone answer this? Do battle royales count for rakeback? Can someone answer this? Because I would like to know, because if they do count for rakeback, I would like to start slamming some of them before the season starts. So someone help me out. Beefcake has a very small portfolio due to this being his first year and limited cash. Yeah, you should party just because that's a good pick. You just made a good pick with 20% Kyram, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. What if Baki versus Mason in week 17 is what you need? Slime Santana, it really might be. All right, AJ Brown goes. Sure, I'll do Puka. I don't really like Puka, but whatever. Marvin Harrison Jr. is stuck with a below-average quarterback, according to Kevin Cole. Yeah, well, you don't know about the giveaway, dude? You don't know about the giveaway? Separate rakeback. Okay. All right. Thank you, Crutches. All right, there we go. I appreciate you guys. I used to draft Chase Brown. I still do, but I used to too. What's the most? This is a. You gotta pay for legendary upside for that, man. All right. We are on the clock. Jahmyr Gibbs by ADP, Deebo Samuel by my rank. This is a good lesson in diversification. We're getting a little bit closer to the end of the season. I've got $1,800 worth of Deebo Samuel. I've got $367 worth of Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's diversify ourselves a little bit. Let's do something a little bit different. Jordan, you have to subscribe to legendaryupside.com. I can't do it for you. It's a tool that they built over there. We are not streaming the main event draft tonight. We are recording it, and it will be live on this YouTube channel in the morning. Clint, the giveaway, I'm giving away 5% of whatever I win in Best Ball Mania. So if I win Best Ball Mania, if I win $1.5 million, and you comment on these videos, comment, not put a chat, you comment, and I do a drawing on December 11th and your name gets pulled, then you will be winning 5% of $1.5 million post gross tax. Pretty good giveaway. No, I mean, I like Puka. Don't get me wrong. I really like Puka Nacua. It's like he had the best rookie wide receiver season of all time, but what do you guys think the odds are that that's the best year of Puka Nacua's career? Definitely possible, right? And it's definitely possible that Cooper Kupp out-targets him this year. What's the realistic expectation for combined winning? You need to phrase that differently. I don't understand. Which player or team am I scared of being underweight? I mean, it's definitely Jamar Chase. It's Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, I've got like none of him. Got like less than 2%, I think. No, 2.6%. I did take him on a big dog, but I've got Justin Jefferson over him. The amount I think I'll win, I think I'm going to win $1.5 million. What did Greg Rosenthal say? Someone tell me what Greg Rosenthal said. Don't do it anymore, CMD. No more Carson Steele. Shut it down. It was fun. Don't get me wrong, learning the Carson Steele lore, it was a very fun 6 days that we had. It was so fun, but shut it down. It's all over. We're not doing it anymore. He did make the team as a fullback. It's like, I think I know. No cap. I literally think I'd take Sion Vaki right now over him straight up. You're more likely to get a random touchdown. I think. He said that there's some murkiness around the Puka. This is Greg Rosenthal said that there is some murkiness around the Puka knee injury and that people can still draft him. But I am holding off for now. That was all I will say. Okay. Yeah, Pete is already, he's winning $50 from me. Already, Pete is going to win $50 from me. Okay. All right, everyone. Very good info. No more Puka. Interpret the clip yourself and let us know what you think. It's short. Okay. Deal. That's all I need to know. Honestly, that's all I need to know. I am not sure Akers won't be a stone zero, but I'm pretty sure he's going to touch the ball more than Carson Steele with Perine. I am pretty sure. If you need one fantasy point to, yeah, I guess that's true. 0 to 0, I could definitely, it could be a draw. We could play this one to a draw. How about the No Badger, Luke 1892, going CMC Kyron, but then passing on Barkley for DK Metcalf? Mahomes did get hurt. Mahomes has gotten hurt. People forget he fucked up his knee doing a sneak against the Denver Broncos, and he missed, I want to say, what year was that? That was 2019? The year that he hurt his knee? Yeah. Hurt his knee in this game against Denver. They end up winning anyway. He misses 2 games, comes back and smashes. Who played quarterback in that game? Matt Moore. Matt Moore came in and went 10 for 19, 117 and 1. Sean McCoy, baby. Anthony Sherman, speaking of Carson Steele, Anthony Sherman and Darrell Williams. It's great to be great. All right. We're back up. We've got Jahmyr Gibbs and Puka Nacua. You guys have me very scared about Puka. Like I just wasted my first round pick. How do you quantify Puka being a dog into injury toughness? Well, that's the thing. He got injured a ton in college and missed a ton of time. Puka, I don't think he ever frick. I wanted to rush your eyes. All right. Let's do Diggs. Yeah, Puka, I don't believe he ever played a full season in college, actually. I get it. I totally look. If an NFL insider like Greg Rosenthal is putting his name on something like that, it means the vibes are off. If you're an NFL insider like that, you don't, for an NFL insider to know something and not want to say what it is, but mention it on a fantasy football thing, it's definitely legit. Yeah, I mean, Rice at 34 might not be good. So maybe it's not as bad as being shot if it's maybe not that good. All right, this could be T, because I'm definitely feeling a little bit behind at wide receiver. We could do a rando Josh Allen team, but I want to try and get Stroud on this team. Huh. No, let's pull McBride up the board, actually. This will be much different than my normal team. This will help my Jacquard tree quite a bit. What if Whittington is wide receiver 2, not 3? Yeah, look, man, if 31-year-old Demarcus Robinson is what you needed all along, then it's not my year, man. If Demarcus Robinson is what you need, it's not my year. Or they're just engagement farming like a fake Ayuk IG story. Hey, whatever works. Who signs first, Chase or Ayuk? Ayuk, because Chase has 2 years left on his contract. So the Bengals really don't want to pay him. They've got no reason to pay him at all. Ayuk, there's a real argument that the 49ers should actually be incentivized to pay him because the 49ers should want to keep him. This would honestly, it would be funny. Playing more games with Puka would be funny. I mean, I honestly disagree because Chase should just get his money. Like, it feels crazy to me. Like, it feels crazy to me that the Bengals don't want to pay him. Can the 49ers sign Ayuk with Trent holding out? I mean, you guys are asking the wrong guy because I'm not the Brandon Ayuk guy. This would maybe be a better question for Peter. But I would not be the Ayuk signer. I would be the Trent signer. Is Kene and Nwangwu? It was Puka Nacua, Austin. It was Puka Nacua. When you sign a contract, you're giving your word to play for what you signed up for. Yeah, but this is not fair because it's not a fair labor market. Did you get drafted into your job? Let's say you, J Lo -12, you're the best wide receiver in the world. You're great at it, you love it. You go to college, you're great in college. You're incredible in college. You get drafted to the NFL. You are making way less than players you are better than. You are making $30 million less a year than Christian Kirk. Compare Christian Kirk's contract to Jamar Chase's contract. You think that's fair? You think that's fair that Christian Kirk gets to make 5 times what Jamar Chase makes? I don't think it's very fair. I think it's the opposite of fair. I think you should be compensated appropriately based on the value that you provide. He didn't negotiate it. It's a cart that is what it is. Yes. Yeah, Marvin, I am going to do another one. I'm going to do another one after this. I'm going to hop in one more. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine okay, great example. Luther Burden is here in my home state. He's in Missouri. Not that I give a shit about Mizzou University because I don't, but he's at Mizzou. Probably has a nice place there. You know, he's chilling. He gets drafted by the fucking Giants and he's got to go live in New York. Maybe he doesn't like New York. And he's got to go pay, I think rookie wage scale at the top is like $10 million a year, which is still good money. But it's not what he would get on the open market. Imagine if there was only open market for college players. What would Marvin Harrison Jr. get right now if there was just free agency for players coming out of college? It'd be a lot of money. It'd be a lot more money than he's making right now. Let's see. What is Marvin Harrison? Let's look at Marvin Harrison's Spotrac. Marvin Harrison Spotrac. He makes... Wait, this is his dad. Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Spotrac. I'm up in 4 picks. I've got Puka, Jahmyr Gibbs, Stephon Diggs, and Trey McBride. The chat has me scared. Very, very scared about Puka Nacua. I was not a big Pacheco drafter before. I'm not a big Pacheco drafter now. I think Burden. I've got Burden over McMillan, personally. Isn't McMillan a 4th-year player? I could be making that up. That could be complete fan fiction. But if it's not, I am worried. Blueprint 23, make your pick. Please make the right one. And by the right one, I mean make the wrong one. We're going to do a real hero RB build here. He takes Kenneth Walker, which is actually a good pick. But I'm going to do another weird one. I'm going to do back-to-back James Cook teams. And then I'm going to take Roma Dunze, as long as DRB Harris doesn't. I definitely want Cup. If there was something wrong with Puka, why is he practicing? I don't know. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr., because of the way the rookie wage scale works, makes more money than Jamar Chase. That's so fucked up. That is so fucked up. I honestly did not move Jacobs up much. Maybe that's cope. I'm going to be honest, I just really don't want to take Calvin Ridley. I really have no interest in doing this. Whatever. This is called the portfolio management draft. Another weird one. I am not really nervous about regression for the Rams as a team because the line wasn't even particularly good last year. And Stafford is just good, man. Stafford is just a really good player. And Kupp is very good. Puka is very good when he's on the field. Kyron is very good. Yeah. ADP is an artificial construct, and I just fell for it. I just freaking fell for it, man. I should have taken Brian Thomas Jr. there. When is the next Gilcast draft? Good question. Don't have an answer for you. I need Greg from the NFFC to contact me. Hopefully we get one more in. I've got a draft Saturday afternoon with Jacob Sanderson from Thinking About Thinking. We're going to be drafting in the NFFC primetime, $2,000 to enter. I believe $500K to first, maybe $250K to first. Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to make $8 million this year. Doesn't feel very fair, man. Doesn't feel very fair. Would you draft Rashi and Worthy together without Mahomes? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't try to. I wouldn't use it as a core part of my strategy, but I would. Mark Andrews is for sure undervalued. Mark Andrews scored 13 touchdowns. How many tight ends could do that? What is the line on positional overweight and underweight percentages? Well, 8.3%. 8.3% is the line. So if you've got more than 8.3%, you have more than the field. If you have under 8.3%, you've got less than the field. What is an unpopular take you have about a current player? I think Kyler Murray is really good. I think Kyler Murray is they do the quarterback tiers. They do that on like The Athletic and all that stuff. I think Kyler Murray is very high. Like I would take Kyler Murray. That's a good question. How high would I take Kyler Murray in a real football draft? I would take Kyler Murray over Anthony Richardson. This is a go. I'll just pull up ADP. I would take Kyler Murray over Jordan Love. I'd take Kyler Murray over Jaden Daniels. I'd take Kyler over Purdy. I'd take Kyler over Lawrence, over Tua, over Goff, over Cousins. Weirdly, I don't think for 1 year I'd take him over Stafford. I think I'd take Stafford over him for just 1 year. I definitely don't believe this. I definitely do not believe Joe Burrow is the third best real life NFL quarterback. Maybe not even top 5. Music Mike would take Carson Steele over Kyler. P Ryan over Carson. P Ryan over Carson. This, Jared, is very interesting. His unpopular take is that the Packers are overrated right now. Yeah, that's interesting because if we go back a literal year, the Packers were expected to be dog shit. Jordan Love was supposed to be bad defense. What would LaFleur do? Yada, yada, so on and so forth. Their win total was rather low. So it's possible. I mean, I obviously would not bet on it. I'd bet against it. This is interesting. The players voted Mahomes. Well, the players are fucking haters. If they think that, look, I am a hater on Joe Burrow. I'm a hater on the Bengals, obviously. But Joe Burrow over Josh Allen is just stupid. Yeah, the NFL players are just idiots. Do I think the NFL is rigged? No, I don't think the NFL has displayed the amount of competency that would be required to rig a fantasy football, to rig anything, really. Chase couldn't even say Mahomes' name. There's a bigger gap between Allen and the quarterback 3 in the league than Mahomes and Allen. That sounds... Are you kidding me, man? Stroud snapped at pick 80. Okay. Cool story, dude. Cool story. What's your take on Musgrave versus Kraft? It's probably a lot closer than the market indicates. All right. Well, we're just doing a weird team, guys. Just doing a weird team. I'm going to take Kyler Murray here. This is a weird team. What's my love exposure? Literally exactly 8%. Exactly 8%. Just got here. Sorry if you talked about it already. How are we feeling about Perine? Let me make these picks here real quick, boss. And I will continue doing it because that's what's literally what's in the thumbnail. All right. Pending what DRB Harris does here, I'm going to have to make a pick that makes me very uncomfortable. I guess that's what I get for pulling McBride up the board. Should have taken T. Higgins, man. So either I take Jordan Addison, who might be a 0 in the fantasy playoffs, or I double stack Will Levis. I've got exactly 5% of both. What does it mean? What does it mean, man? Whatever, we'll double stack Levis. We'll make a little bet. Double stack Will Levis, dude. Easy. So basically, Perine, I think, is a pretty good round 18 pick right now. That's really the long and short of it, Sebastian. I think he's definitely ahead of Steele. And he showed enough. I believe he got 55 targets last year. That's fine. 55 targets on the Chiefs, worth an 18th round pick. Especially if you think there are any McKinnon outs at all. If you think you've got 10% McKinnon outs, it's a very good pick. Where does Baker rank him up? I can't be objective. I mean, I can't be objective about any of these Oklahoma guys. Baker, I think, Baker's one of the 20 best quarterbacks in the NFL, I think. Mahomes is like Brady, but there's no Peyton Manning in the NFL. Well, Josh is the Peyton. Right down to continually losing in the playoffs. Mahomes is Brady and Josh is Manning. I can really push quarterback now. Oh, Perine is actually maybe he's worse. He's probably worse in a time box contest. I think one of the things he's really got going for him in Ball Mania is he's gonna be like 10% owned or something. No, more than that, 15% owned, something like that. Go ETR has an ownership projection for it. Dropped Perine in Dynasty months ago as a major rebuilding team. Picked up Steele this past week. Yeah, you're not alone, man. I actually, that's funny you say that. I need to go delete a bunch of waiver claims that I have for Carson Steele. Doing some dog investigating here. Josh Allen is the Tom Brady of Phillip Rivers is. Interesting. Any chance they got Perine to cut CH? I don't think so. I don't think they would have cut Prince if they thought they were cutting CH. I think they would have. Andy likes to have guys in the building that know the team. I think that's a big Andy thing. Sorry guys, it's kind of overwhelming for me. No context. Think I can push Worthy to pick 57 or take him to 40 on underdog? You're not getting him at pick 57. Ryan said he just watched the Rosenthal interview. If he has solid inside information, that is scary stuff. I'm just saying, bro. Yeah, PSA. If you are in a dynasty league that uses free agency acquisition dollars, yeah, you're not going to get him. You're not going to get him at 57. Not going to get him at 57. I was just responding. Yeah, if you were in a league that has free agency acquisition budget, you should go delete your massive Carson Steele bids. I mean, I know for a fact I did one this morning in a league that I'm in with Drew Dinkmeyer and Michael Leone, where I literally spent, it's a 30-man league, or a 30 roster, 30, our rosters are 30 people, and it's best ball. And I spent all my fab, all of it, on Carson Steele dropping Louis Rees-Zamet. So I would not advise doing that. Which Olympic event has a better women's than men's record? Not swimming. Gymnastics? Something which, no, there wouldn't be a record. I don't know, man. It's 30 roster. It's 30-man rosters. Do you know how deep that is? Is Alvin Kamara? I think Alvin Kamara is overrated in drafts this year, probably. I don't really like him. I don't really like taking him. Dropping Louis Rees-Zamet for Carson Steele is the most Matic-ass thing ever. Well, how about deleting the bid? How about deleting that bid to try and get Samaje Perine? Is that more Matic coded? Feels like it. All right, we're about up on the clock. Man, we are just fucking dead at wide receiver. I still stand by the Gibbs pick, though, or by the Cook pick. I stand by it. And I have a bill, so Shakir correlates. I've been trying to get a little bit more of him. It's definitely Shakir. Or Dowdle. Could be done at running back. No, let's take Shakir. Let's take Shakir and see what the turn does. Samaje Perine should have already been rostered for 30 spots. Everyone thought he was going to Dallas or Cincy anyway. I'll go look. I'll go look. I'll go look and see if he's there. Yeah, Steele is droppable. Steele is droppable. It seems insane. Does Jalen Waddle spend negative money on his body? It's crazy. It's crazy how often Jalen Waddle is injured. Drafting 12 more rounds than underdog. Well, you got to know ball. All right, Rico Dowdle. Bang, bang. Well, should I do a Moss? Let's do a Moss. Let's even out 8.5%. Let's do a little bit more Moss. There we go. Moss gained value today. Yeah, picks 8 through 12 are so cooked. It's just like you get the ass end of every tier. It's crazy. All right, Mike, let's see. I'm gonna go pull this league up right now, and we'll see if Samaje Perine is on a roster. I bet he probably is. He is. Pat Thorman has him. I like Shakir over Palmer. Rosenthal said he is straight fading Puka Nacua in fantasy football. Bad vibes. Bad vibes on Puka Nacua. All right. Am I on the right tab? All right. Through 10 rounds, the team is Puka Nacua, much chagrin, Jahmyr Gibbs, Stephon Diggs, Trey McBride, James Cook, Calvin Ridley. We missed by 3 picks on CJ Stroud with Diggs, so we took Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins with Calvin Ridley, double stack for Will Levis, Khalil Shakir, and Zach Moss. You get your pick of Laporta versus Kelsey or your choice of elite QB, but you can't even take both. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible, man. My dude is all in on Cup. Well, shout out to you. Trevor Lawrence goes. All right, what can I do to save wide receiver on this team? I guess I can do elite. I guess I have elite quarterback and elite tight end. So we'll be all right. 1 second, guys. Well, I'm always gambling on one of them pushing. Yeah, MHJ Nico is such a nice start because it sets up the Stroud or the Kyler push, and that's why I pulled up. That's why I pulled up Trey McBride. That was the thought. Is Velus Jones available in your 30 man? I bet he is. I should be clear. He is available. I should be clear. I'm in 5 separate 30 man leagues. So, yes, I can show up. Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Stephon Diggs, Trey McBride, James Cook, Calvin Ridley, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Khalil Shakir, and Zach Moss. It was always Cup. We are always gambling. In redraft, if you have a top 4 pick, do you think it's good to target a quarterback at the 2-3 turn and a tight end in the 4? No, I don't. I don't think that's good. Redraft, you cannot win without elite high-scoring wide receivers. You're not going to win. You know, you're going to pass up on Cooper Kupp for Mahomes? I don't know, man. Not me. Could work. And I like the elite tight ends. But I can't really imagine taking Mahomes at like pick 22 in a home league. But, you know, every league is different. All right. I got to save wide receiver on this team. Gabe Davis, I've been taking a lot of. I'm up to 5% of him. I had like none of him. My current most embarrassing exposure is that I've drafted enough Dak teams to even just have a number next to Brandon Cooks. 2.6% of Brandon Cooks is embarrassing shit. Am I taking any Michael Wilson with Kyler? Yeah, I am taking some Michael Wilson. I do unironically prefer Greg Dortch. My concern is that Michael Wilson ends up being the sacrificial X wide receiver in that offense, you know, the DJ Shark, the Marquez Valdez-Scantling, where he's on the field a lot, he runs a lot of routes, but is not earning very many targets. Seems unideal. But what's wrong with Brandon Cooks? Brandon Cooks is old and bad. So he's like inefficient. He's 32 years old. Not the type of guy that I prioritize drafting. But hey, man, I'm wrong about a lot of things, and I will probably be wrong about many things this season. All right, we are up in 1 pick. Michael Wilson is there for us. 7%, $423 of Michael Wilson teams. We've got a Ram, we've got a McBride, and we've got a Michael Wilson. Welcome to the squad, Michael. I like Michael Wilson. If we get more bad news on Puka, where does Whittington go? He could be, I mean, he should probably go ahead of Demarcus Robinson already. So 15th round or whatever. 15th round for him is adjustable. A-Chain, Devonta Smith, Richardson, and DK. For Dak Kurt, I like the A-Chain side. I can't even read all that, but I like the A-Chain side. All right. Good running back pick here. Now, I guess the question is, do you want Trey Benson? Do you want Trey Benson on a team like this, or is that too much? Or do we go to the next? I think maybe we actually go to the next tier. I think it makes more sense to go to the next. If I spend a 1st round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 9th round pick, probably makes sense to go to the next tier. It's probably more important to take a wide receiver here. So let's take Xavier Legette. Yeah, we need some ceiling. We need some ceiling here big time. So let's take Legette. Welcome to the team. McMillan did play, not last year at Washington, but the year before. The year before he outplayed him. The bad news about Puka, it's not bad news. It's just an NFL insider saying he's not taking him in fantasy football and that the vibes are bad. Yeah. It's just the knee issue is all. All right, that Leggett pick, honestly, to me, that kind of saved it. I think that Leggett pick saved us a little bit at wide receiver. Because we'll get, this is kind of how I'm doing my managed leagues. But when you take 2 detours with Jahmyr Gibbs and James Cook, and you take a detour for an elite tight end, and you take a detour for a quarterback inside the top 80, 83, you're really behind it. So you need... I only have 1 rookie. I don't know, man. This might not be it. This might not be the winning team of Best Ball Mania 5. Puka 2K season. This might take away from all this. Dude, okay, this is so true. Boomers do hate Puka and love Cooper Kupp. That is... I've never heard a more factual tweet than this. That's not a tweet, I guess, but it is true. Which is funny because it's not like Cooper Kupp is he doesn't play like an old guy. I guess he you usually nail your drafts, but not sure about this one. Eli has bursitis. When his bursa sacs ruptured in high school wrestling, he was out for 2 weeks. Was knee drained. Give the guy some Toradol and let him cook. Sure. Rosenthal might just be saying Puka is a fade because he's going ahead of Kupp. You probably should have went wide receiver at 110. How much wicks does one man need? That's really your question. Do I want to go into the season knowing that I wasted 30% of my 10th round picks? Maybe. Also, yes, this is we are firmly at the point of the off season where we are reading way too much into everything. Well, Ayuk is going to bust because it's August 28th and the dude has not practiced. And I don't, call me crazy, I don't believe that Brandon Ayuk is the caliber of player who can hold out for 4 months, not practice, not get any coaching. And keep in mind, Ayuk's teammates are way better than the average holdout. Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, first round wide receiver. I don't know, man. Please like the stream. Please like me. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Please comment on these videos. Consider becoming a YouTube member and hanging out with us in Discord. That would be very kind of you. This is a great stat. Josh Dombrowski just posted this in the Discord. Receiving yards in 2023. Sky Moore 244, MVS 315, Kadarius Toney 169, Justin Watson 460, Samaje Perine 455. Incredible. Kupp is a declining asset. He's 31. Injury concerns. Yeah, I think saying he's only ever had 2 1,000-yard seasons, I think that's a bit facetious. I am also worried about this. I am worried about the doghouse. Valid to have taken Polk there. I don't really know. I got no plans here at second quarterback. Oh, no, yeah, I do. I already know who my second quarterback is, brother. And he is the Mayo man. I guess assuming he doesn't get sniped. All right, Jalen Wright, great pick here. Different bye week, giga ceiling. And that's it. We are done at running back. Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Zach Moss, Jalen Wright. And we are done at running back. Has any player been on record for having a great season after one of these holdouts or contract disputes? It's a great question. I'm sure someone else has an answer for that. I don't have one off the top of my head. Like a great season, I do not recall a great season there. All right. This could be a Fant pick. Does it correlate at all? No, I'm saving it. I'm saving my tight end pick. I guess I'm not done at running back because I'm going to take Braylon Allen. I lied. No, wait, I want to take Jordan Mason. Too late. Too late, brother. Braylon Allen. All right, Braylon Allen. Welcome to the team. Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, back-to-back picks. Keenan? The Condé Nast food reviewer? Speaking of that, I think Daniel Raz is coming on the stream tomorrow morning. So shout out to Daniel Raz. Am I worried about Brock Bowers' foot injury? Still not at practice, and AP is known for downplaying injuries. No. Jonnu Smith thoughts? He's a good pick. I like him. He generates long yardage, which I really like for a tight end. It's kind of the atypical way that a tight end gets there. Like Jonnu is going to have very few 7-target games. We're double done at running back. Yeah, I mean, look, you guys just saw that I just lived the Best Ball Bros video out loud. The Best Ball Bros video was there. So we're probably done at running back here. But what, I don't know. I do love that. Yeah, we're done. We're done at running back. Yeah, Jonnu, the point I was making about Jonnu is that he is very rarely going to have like a 6-target game. But the weeks where he does hit your lineup are likely going to be long touchdown games. Like Jonnu, this is actually funny. He's only got one career game with 100 yards. Extremely funny. It came as a member of the Atlanta Falcons, but he's got multiple 2-touchdown games. He's got 20 touchdowns. He's got the same amount of career touchdowns as Demarcus Robinson. Every time I say that I'm done at running back, I should do the Pete character. The Dolphins did seek out Jonnu based on my reading of the situation. I think he was a player that McDaniel wanted. Because I think he's sick of playing Durham Smythe and Julian Hill, these guys who are blockers but can't move. Oh, yeah. Zach Ertz is extremely fantasy relevant. Zach Ertz is going to run 87% of the routes in week 1 for the Washington football team. You know, that is extremely fantasy relevant. Zach Ertz was running routes last year. I mean, Zach Ertz was not a 0 in fantasy football last season. He was playing ahead of Trey McBride, who I just took at pick 37. 6 for 21, 6 for 56, 2 for 6, 6 for 53, 2 for 10 and a touchdown, 2 for 22, 3 for 19, then out for the season. Was Zach Ertz's stat lines last year. The yards after catch thing is what he adds. That is what Jonnu adds versus a Smythe or whatever. Imagine, yeah, this is a great bit. Imagine a Jonnu Smith end around, but it's designed by Mike McDaniel and not Arthur Smith. I mean, that right there, that is the ultimate, you know, the bus meme, the looking out at the sun or looking out at the looking at the rocks. That is it. It's a Jonnu Smith end around, Mike McDaniel, Arthur Smith. It's exactly what it is. Emmitt Smith held out and got MVP. There you go. Zach Ertz is the new Jason Witten. Elite comp. I mean, yeah, obviously Sinnott is a much better pick, and Sinnott is definitely a much better pick in best ball, like especially half PPR best ball, where all we care about is tuds. But Ertz is going to be, particularly in FFPC, the high stakes stuff. Some clown dropped Hollywood in my redraft league. What percentage of fab should I use on him? 10-team league, 12-team league, 14-team league? 12-team league, that dropped like 40%, 50%. Also depends on how weak you are at a wide receiver. But that is likely to be the best wide receiver pickup of the year in your league. So do with it whatever you'd like in that contextual information. Also, yes, there's unlikely to be a Jonnu Smith end around in the McDaniel offense. All right, Blueprint 23 picks Greg Dortch. He didn't want me to have a good life. We are going to take Will Levis. So we've got Levis double stacked. We do not have a Jaguar. We have Xavier Legette, Michael Wilson, Khalil Shakir, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. My God, that is an old wide receiver room. Diggs, old. Ridley, old. Hopkins, old. Legette, old for a prospect. Man. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. This is a good wide receiver pick. Don't really want to take more Jermaine Burton. Don't really want to take... I guess I could take Whittington. I don't think Whittington is a particularly good pick. So I'm going to take a guy I do think is a good pick. And if Whittington comes back around, I'll take him. I'm going to take Malik Washington. Needs some more rookie upside there. The Malik Washington profile is very interesting. He went to the University of Virginia, the same as Dontavian Wicks, and he was sort of the entire offense in the same way that Wicks was when he was there. Let's pull up his prospect comps, because I think people are not so woke to Malik Washington. It's so, it is. He is old for a rookie. Last night around midnight, watching Neil, the contest had like 66,000 spots left, now 55,000. Yeah. Time to be absolutely jamming the entries in Ball Mania 5. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Malik Washington. Virginia. So the deal is he was a transfer. He played at Northwestern, and obviously that archaic ass offense, did like nothing. Be interested to go look a little bit more into his teammates. So he transfers to Virginia, 47% dominator rating, which means that he had 47% of their passing yards and touchdowns, 47% of the yards, 44% of the receptions, 47% of the touchdowns. Crazy. What was his draft capital? A bunch of NFL hits. Look at that. A bunch of NFL hits on his. Zay Jones, I'm giving it a hit. Sterling Shepard, I'm giving it a hit. Rashee Rice, I'm giving it a hit. Broyles, not a hit. Flowers, a hit. Ridley, a hit. Or I'll put in the draft cap. Let's just make it up. Let's just say 150 and a 4-4. Malik's teammate. Yeah, Odell's on the pup, man. It's time to be jamming Malik Washington. True. Terrence Williams, crazy. 5th round pick, so 150 should work. Oh my God. Here are some names I've not heard in a long time. Jared Abbrederis, Jeremy Gallen, Tylan Wallace. Here you go. There's a hit. Shakir, Melton, hit. Crowder, hit. Obviously, they're lower. None of them were really... none of them actually matched him production-wise. He had way more touchdowns. He had way more yards than all these guys. Yeah. Alex, thank you. Thank you for calling me the GOAT. Thank you for the super chat. You're a great man. I agree. This is a strong prospect profile. Path to routes week 1. This is rotoviz.com. Rotoviz.com. Great. I actually was part of starting this website just like 12 years ago now. Not that I founded it, but I was one of the original writers on rotoviz.com way back in the day. Am I streaming drafters drafts? I do not have the time for that, brother, sadly. I think I did like 20 drafters drafts at the beginning of the offseason, but I just don't have the time now. Yeah, this is a good pick right now, Kyle. Great way to think about the game. Emmanuel Wilson is a really strong 18th round guy. Not been drafted for hardly any of the contests. A.J. Dillon is out. Marshawn Lloyd is injured. Marshawn Lloyd did not get placed on the physically unable to perform list or the IR, but I don't think that means he's going to be playing in week 1 at all. In fact, I think it's unlikely. So Wilson is going to have an audition. I like the way you think. I think you're on the ball. You should. That's just a great way to think about the game. All right. Spoiler alert, but if I don't get Colby Parkinson, I'm going to throw a huge fit. Going to throw a huge fit if I don't get Colby Parkinson. Also, yes. Also, we do. I'm not actually going to throw a huge fit. He's Colby Parkinson. Tucker Kraft, welcome to the team. No. Chig is, yeah, Rotoviz is awesome. The other day, Reeves, that was a great stream yesterday with old Rich Rebar. We really remembered some dudes. All right, round 18 picks. Start naming your round 18 wide receivers, guys. Could take my billionth Trey Tucker team. Parker Washington. I think Zach Landers said this earlier in the chat. He said, "Get ready to learn Parker Washington." But no, Traylon. What if a Will Levis triple stack? What if a Will Levis triple stack is what you need to win Best Ball Mania 5? What's my feeling on quarterback and tight end having the same bye week? On quarterback, it's definitely bad. Quarterback, it is 100% bad. No, absolutely zero, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tight end, I think it could be argued either way. Oh, let me recap this team here real quick. Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Stephon Diggs, Trey McBride, James Cook, Calvin Ridley, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Khalil Shakir, Zach Moss, Michael Wilson, Xavier Leggett, Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, Will Levis, Malik Washington, Tucker Kraft, Traylon Burks. Maybe I should have taken Parker Washington, honestly. Kraft, I'm trying to get a little bit more of. Malik is my favorite pick right now. I kind of got boxed into this Levis pick. Braylon Allen and Jalen Wright, Spider-Man pointing meme and their use case there. Moss probably should have been a wide receiver. If you have Jahmyr Gibbs and James Cook, and I was going to be a coward and take 5. All right, I've got a 110 coming up, so I'm going to sauce the 104. He starts Breece Hall. All right, this dude's got some balls. He starts Breece Hall and Malik Neighbors. That's got to be very combinatorially unique. Mike Evans, to be honest, Mike Evans over DJ Moore, I don't love. I really don't. Sick falling value here. Anytime you can take George Pickens, uncorrelated, unstacked, you got to do it. Some dusty ass picks here with Mike Evans and Joe Mixon. You're trying to have an older, dustier team than me. Young it up with fake good wide receiver Lad McConkey. I do like the Jaden Daniels pick. I hate the Joshua Palmer pick. I would have taken Wicks, Shakir. Damn, all the olds. Eckler and Mixon. Average age of this running back room is 35. 80 Mitchell. All right, he got back in my good graces. You don't need 3 quarterbacks when you take Jaden Daniels, I don't think. Kamani Vidal, good pick. Jahan Dotson. I mean, I literally deleted Jahan Dotson from my ranks. Sinnott, back in my good graces again. Khalif Raymond, back out of my good graces. That was a real roller coaster ride. I mean, you just didn't need to make this Herbert pick. You just didn't need to make this this Herbert pick. The Herbert pick was unnecessary. All right. So here's the deal, guys. Yeah, Khalif is fine, but whatever. Alan, thank you, though. I appreciate you, man. You're a good dude. Here's the deal. I did just start a draft, but my wife just let me. My wife just let me. My wife just left the house, and I can hear the puppies going nuts upstairs. Jahmyr Gibbs at the 1-8, huh? So I'm gonna do Breece Hall at the 1-10. Sure, why not? I'm going to get through as much of this draft as I think I can. But if I hear the dogs start really go around upstairs, then I'm going to have to cut it short. I'm going to have to cut it short if the dogs start really going nuts upstairs. Handshake, fair deal? All right, good deal. Breece Hall. Breece Hall at the 110. How do I maximize that? How do you maximize getting that? Do you take the guy who's exactly there, or you just take who you want? I'm just going to take who I want. I'm going to take my highest ranked guy. I'm going to take Debo. Win puppy? No, dude. These dogs are pterodactyls, man. They're not conducive to streaming. I can hear them go. Well, actually, they're quieted down now. But they're like not that fun to be. Well, they're very fun once they get a little tired, but they're not that fun to be around, man. They go crazy. They're just up there vibing. All they want to do is jump, and the other thing is they want to mess with my dog. They want to mess with my old dog. They want to get up in her face. Literally crying up there. But we're going to see. We're going to see. What breed of dogs? I got 2 golden retriever puppies in the kennels up there. And my old dog is in our bedroom just being like, what the fuck is happening here? So I do. I only got 1 puppy, but my sister-in-law got one as well that we picked up from the breeder. And so she lives out of state. And so we are basically watching this dog for a week until she can come into town to come and get it, because she's coming in for a family thing. So we got 2 golden retriever puppies just going nuts upstairs. Are Mastiffs lazy though? Are Mastiff puppies lazy? Feels crazy. Yeah, how do you improve upon this though? How do you improve upon Breece at 10? Because I don't know if I did it right. I don't know if I was trying to think of what makes it more combinatorially unique, and it's definitely not Debo, because Debo is often available where you would have selected Breece, right? So I don't know. All right, how many? Kimchi Sarang is back. Gotta watch out for that guy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 no Badgers here. Could do Breece with them home stack. That's not that common. Breece A-Chain 2, 410 2. That sounds pretty woke. That team could definitely win Best Ball Mania. No doubt about that. Man, you can really tell it's football season. My tweets are going nuts. My just a very, very standard bog average tweet is doing very well. All right, Kyron. I haven't really seen any Kyron fall in doing any of these drafts today. Yeah, Nico's kind of always the choice. Dell goes early. I think we're Zach Taylor. Yeah. I mean, I think that's more of like a GM thing though, because he just doesn't know what he is or isn't allowed to say. We are allowed to say good ideas. It's true. Laporta goes. All right, I think we're about to, well, I got to have like no combinations of Brees, Debo, and Diggs. No shot. No shot do I have any combinations of this. Let's see what Mr. Fear the Weird does. Is this true? Is that true? Pacheco goes. Let's take a Diggs team. Let's live a little. 27% Rashi, 3.5% Diggs. We are manifesting portfolios. Not as wide of a margin. I had Chase Brown ranked ahead of Moss the whole time. But in my most recent update, I think I moved Chase Brown to like running back 26. I think I've got Moss 31. So not like Moss is undraftable or anything like that, because I don't think that's true. I could have done that. I could have done Rice Mahomes. I mean, we'll see what happens here. I might get Rice coming back around. I might get Diggs and Rice. Leave myself. Oh, they're the best, man. You're not gonna find a better dog. Actually, my shelter dog that I've had since I was 23 years old is the greatest dog in the world. All right, Rashi goes. We could do a Josh Allen team. Got like absolutely none of him. Sure. If we keep doing different combinations of teams that we have absolutely none of, then maybe we hit the nuts. This is also true. If you take 10 wide receivers, you probably have 8 really shitty ones. Labs are goated. Yeah, please, friends, like the stream. I'm about to check how many people have liked the stream on YouTube, and I'm sure it's gonna bum me out. It's gonna bum me out that my Wednesday afternoon streaming is not gonna have been liked by every single person to watch the stream. But I do appreciate when you guys like the stream, and when you I got the Allen Diggs stack free. Yeah, would love to get Kincaid. We'll see though. We'll see how that goes. Wow, getting emails about drafters and DraftKings overlay. Crazy. Border Collie, if you give them something to do. Yeah, that's how. So my dog that I have right now is a shelter dog, and she's mostly a German Shorthair Pointer, and she needs something to do all the time. Silence is good when they're in their kennel. Silence is good when they're with the kennel. Buddy, there are 395 people watching this. I promise you, the 395 people watching this already know about the overlay. I guarantee it. All right, this is a bit of a weird one. We are to pick 44, and I'm the only one who's taken a quarterback. I don't think I love that. Generally, I guess maybe you'd rather start the run than end the run. I'm not gonna do a one quarterback build. I don't believe in the one quarterback, one tight end stuff. Don't believe in it. All right, the Mahomes guy, I fear our friend G Money 8 just made a fatal mistake. I fear that our friend G Money 8 is going to get a lesson taught to them by Clip Fan 634 or Kimchi Sarang. I think he is about to learn mini men. And it's not me this time. It's not me doing the bullying this time. It will be someone else. Yeah, UD is the best. It's like not even close how much better of an app it is. I mean, it's crazy how good of an app the Underdog app is. I don't even really get how it is constructed to be so great, but it just works so well. All right, well, our boy is still alive. What do I think about an A.J. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devonta Hurts start? I think it's a very good team. I don't know if it is. I think that's very duped. I think it's very, very duped, but not bad. Man, is our dude going to get lucky? I think our dude is going to get lucky. I think You always think it's going to work, and someone always. What do you win when you win? Going Pittman over Worthy. I don't know. I don't know what you win. But I bet it's not very much. I bet it is a very small amount. Of course, Kincaid goes to the frickin' Pittman drafter. That's so bizarre. Don't love it. I have a lot of ats in Discord. Okay. I'm really annoyed now. Yeah, Khalil Shakir. If I don't get Khalil Shakir, it's a tough scene. I am not taking De'Ami Brown at all. I don't have him in my rankings. I don't have Dotson in my rankings. Could be a mistake, but I don't really feel that bad about it at all. Here's the deal. I don't think I can take James Cook on this team. Because I am sick of looking at these shitty wide receiver rooms. How do you like the high upside young running backs? Well, Blake Corum way higher than any of those guys. All right. I'm going to take, last time I took Cook, this time I'm going to take Rome. Yeah, Corum is like 40 spots ahead of those guys. Corum and Braylon Allen are my two of those. That was the right move. I know it is not the correlated move, but I could not look at another team where I had to look at, Jalen Tolbert to save my wide receiver points. I'm not doing another draft after this. I am on dog duty after this. After this draft, I'm going to go upstairs, go get the puppies out of the kennel, and be on dog duty. And should I take James Cook or should I take? Oh, Keenan Allen's gone. No, Pitts could be fun here. Pitts would be fun. As I just said, I don't want to take another. No, I'd have to take James Cook. Okay. Roman James Cook, sure. All right. Another bad wide receiver team. Just absolutely looking in the face of another terrible, terrible wide receiver team. I do like this. But Guerrero was not a good player in college. So it should be pretty clear that he was basically didn't play at all. Didn't play at all as a freshman at Wisconsin. Didn't play at all as a sophomore at Wisconsin. Didn't play at all as a junior in Wisconsin. Got some garbage time mop-up stuff behind Braylon Allen as a 22-year-old. Finally, he transfers as a 23-year-old. Doesn't even start the season. Jawar Jordan started all these games at the beginning of the season in 2023. So all these games, Jawar Jordan started. I actually used him in college football DFS in this game against Virginia Tech. And then Jordan came back for one of these games. I don't remember when. Jordan Mason, was he good? Was he good? I don't know if he was that good. I think he was okay. I think he was an okay player. Mason, honestly, let's go find out because I don't really remember. Jordan Mason went to Georgia Tech. And Jordan Mason, I guess he was not a particularly good prospect. I guess he was there. Jordan Mason would have been there when they were a triple option team. Is that right? Jordan Mason. This is we've gotten into a part of the game tree that I do not know. He didn't. I don't know. I don't know if he. I mean, look. I guess this is the real answer. Is that any running back with that profile, I want to take in the Shanahan offense. So round 18, Guerrero is fine. Mason. Okay. This is just driving me crazy. I got to figure it out. Jeff Sims, 188 attempts. Jahmyr Gibbs was at Georgia Tech? All right, dude, I might not know ball. Cody Schrader got cut and got claimed by the Rams. Got cut and got claimed by the Rams. He might be what you need. Why is Geno falling so far in every draft? I have noticed this. Geno is just a super random faller. Super random faller. Where sometimes he can go in the 14th round, and then sometimes he like literally goes in the dead last round, which is actually he went in the dead last round to me in the YouTube short that I just posted this morning. I got him in the 18th round. What's the highest round you take Perine? Round 18. I would not go crazy on Samaje Perine. Trey Sermon. Are you saying Georgia Tech sucks? Yeah. Schrader, look, don't get me wrong. Schrader is better than Ronnie Rivers. Schrader is for sure better than Ronnie Rivers. Yeah, I knew that he had transferred, but I forgot. Harbaugh cutting Duggan is funny. Yeah, all this time watching just to find out that I do not know ball on August 28th. Well, Jahan Dotson is going to be the third wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it's going to go very well for them. I think they'll do more 2 tight end stuff. They'll do some 2 running back stuff. They'll probably rotate Johnny Wilson in. They'll probably have Johnny Wilson do some inline snaps as well. But yeah, Perine could definitely end up like Melvin Gordon. Absolutely, completely on the table. Strong chance. Shit. Keon Coleman went in this one. Keon Coleman was very necessary on this team. It is not Hassan Haskins' team. It's not Hassan Haskins' season. Man, this is why you don't frickin' take Josh Allen. This is why you don't take Josh Allen. CJ Stroud coming all the way around to pick 82 on a Diggs team. And I am like dead at every position. I'm somehow dead at running back, wide receiver, and tight end. Very annoying. Very annoying. If I'm going to reach on someone, shouldn't I just reach on Shakir? He's my next ranked wide receiver. I'm going to. Can't stop me. Do I think Blake Corum is good at football? That is a phenomenal question. So the interesting thing about Corum is that he got injured his second year, or his most recent year. And so his numbers, his final season in college, are so much worse than his junior year, his junior year. So I think yes. I'm gonna vote yes. I do think he's good at football. All right, I'm gonna take Jaylen Warren. Actually, no, I'm gonna take Bowers. Remains absent Wednesday? Totally, dude. Totally. I got Breece Hall at 10 on this team. I don't need Jaylen Warren. And if I do, I got James Cook. So, I mean, look how good Corum was. Almost 6 yards per carry. 62% of the rushing touchdowns. Actually had more of the backfield to himself in 2023 because Edwards was so bad. Also did good as a receiver. Also, if you look at his PFF stuff, if you look at his what's the number? It was either his junior year he was very good in yards before contact per average or yards after contact average, but he was really, really good at them, and then really, really bad after he suffered a knee injury his junior season. What a turncoat, man. What a turncoat. I've been all the way out on Khalil Shakir. Here's the thing, man. Khalil Shakir was not coming back to me at 106. Khalil Shakir was not coming back to me at 106. And what is a Gabe Davis team gonna, or what is a Josh Allen team gonna do without Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman? If you just pretend that Khalil Shakir is better than Keon Coleman, I mean, I needed Keon Coleman. Sorry, I had to message the biggest Khalil Shakir truther I know. Reaching on a bill. Who do I think I am? Liam? Yeah, that was a Liam ass move. I guess honestly, this is the thing of what you do is when you miss on Kincaid and when you miss on Keon Coleman, you either have to wait, or do what I did. And probably what I did is bad. Probably you do need to push it, even on August 28th. But what I know, I cannot take Keon Coleman over Brian Thomas or JSN. Over Ladd, sure. Buddy, I got 14 more of these to do. Keon, I mean, you know what? I guess proportionally, it's the same number of reaches, you know, Keon Coleman from his ADP to where I selected James Cook. And honestly, I would rather have Keon Coleman on this team than James Cook. I really would. If you offered me right now a redraft trade, James Cook or Keon Coleman and Jalen Warren or James Cook and Khalil Shakir, I'm probably accepting Jalen Warren and Khalil Shakir. I wish I had $1 million bankroll, buddy. These although I am happy that anytime you turn on YouTube, I'm drafting. That makes me happy. Gotta take him over Pitts. I didn't take Pitts on this team. I took Bowers, bro. Took Bowers. I did forget. This is the thing, is I hate the Shakir slappies. Wait, what does this mean, dude? How is week 1 brain taking me over? Are you saying I should have taken Curtis Samuel? In what way? In what way am I week 1 brained on this team? I don't think this is a week 1 brain team. That is week 1 brain. I'm not taking Matt Collins. Maybe I'll take Malachi Corley. That would be a week 17 brained pick. All right, we are about back up. Still trying to bail ourselves out at wide receiver. Took a quarterback in like round 2. Like it's a 10-team ESPN home league. We are about to take Dontavian Wicks, the highest rated wide receiver on the board, the best wide receiver on the board. 1-2-5-1. Josh Allen, Breece Hall, James Cook, Deebo Samuel, Steph Diggs, Rome Odunze, Khalil Shakir, Dante. I would not have been able to get Shakir and Wicks at this turn. So shout out to me. Hollywood, man. G Money 8. Not getting Hollywood. Not getting Worthy. Tough. I don't trust the Jets. I just got to get Claypool. Just got to get Claypool. I'm not taking Juju Smith-Schuster, man. I'm not taking Juju Smith-Schuster. I can't do it. It's not happening. Not a part of my ethos. Cannot get there. He's just not going to play enough. He's just not going to play enough. He's going to be like the wide receiver 5. All right, running back looking. Brian Robinson's probably the best pick. Or I could take Caleb. Take Caleb and just be done. Take Caleb. Oh, all right. Well, never mind. Could take Purdy and be done. Am I good on bye weeks there? I am. Just also realized both of my running backs have a week 12 bye. I better learn Juju, buddy. Yeah, you also can't use an 18th round pick on Juju when you're already using it on Perine. Yeah, Juju is a bridge too far, and that's coming from a dude with Jalen Coker shares. Antoine Green, Meatwad, he got waived with an injury designation, so maybe he'll be back. Juju went in the 110s in a high-stakes managed league. Jesus Christ. I mean, it does go to show you those are the weakest leagues in fantasy football. A high-stakes managed league, people are so bad at the game. I mean, people are bad at underdog too. Don't get me wrong. People are quite bad at this game too, but they are worse at that game. The average underdog drafter is so much better than the average high-stakes managed leagues drafter. I will have no Dalvin Cook in any format, any team. What could possess someone to draft Dalvin Cook? It's the same thing as doing like Melvin Gordon last year. I'm not taking Juju. Pickens does correlate with Mahomes. Would be cool of you to make fun background chases, themes, stuff to incorporate into bits. Yes. Well, Tyler, let me tell you this. That is a lot of work. Also, all of these books, you may not care about them, but I care about them. I love all these books. I love the Oklahoma Sooners. This football, you guys know who signed this football? Jeff Janis signed this football. And if you guys don't know who Jeff Janis is, then you guys don't know Davis Maddock lore. I would say Jeff Janis was my first successful internet-wide bit. My friendship with Jeff Janis was so large that it got onto local, not even local, got into the real news, got into the Packers beat cycle news in Wisconsin because Jeff Janis came on my podcast and basically was like, Aaron Rodgers blackballed me out of the NFL. And Aaron Rodgers did blackball him out of the NFL. And for that, he's a dick. And I'll never forgive him. But yes, I do need to have the good streamer background like Peter has with the lights and everything. The other thing that you guys don't know, and how could you know, is that my office, you think I am in an office. I'm not in an office, really. Jeff Janis had more than 100 receiving yards on one drive in the playoffs. People forget. No, this is so insulting, dude. This is so insulting. Jeff Janis was the... Okay. This is very near and dear to my heart. So I got to think about it before I say anything I regret. All right. We're pretty dust at running back. So I'm going to take Trey Benson. Jeff Janis is the blank of blank. I'm trying to think of like a really low end. Jeff Janis is the Calvin Johnson of Jared Aberdarises. And you guys don't know enough ball to know that, but that is the most perfect comp of all time. That's the most perfect comp of all time. And you guys don't know. And how could you know? I wouldn't expect you to know, but you should. All right. Frick. Mike Williams again. Just getting snapped off here, man. There's no Lion. There's no Bill. There's no Jet. There's no Ram. There's no Raven. Ooh, frickin' A, man. Have some self-respect, Davis. Whatever. I'll take Judy. Calvin Johnson of Jared Abbrederis's. All right, how about the Calvin Johnson of Michael Campaneros? Yeah, I mean, yes, this is true. This is totally true. I actually was just talking about this on the stream yesterday. The background is lazy. The background is lazy. I need better lighting. So I'll zoom out on the picture. The reason why my setup is like this is my office, quote unquote, is actually, I'm just in an unfinished basement. This area where I'm at right now is just a concrete slab in my basement. I mean, it's like, it doesn't look like I'm in Saw. I got a couch down here and some rugs and a PlayStation and stuff. Like it's not empty, but it's not ideal for a wide shot. I would have to actually put up walls, basically, is what would have to happen. So if I was to, for example, mimic Peter's setup, I would effectively have to remodel my basement. No, this is not right. CMC is the LaDainian Tomlinson of Roger Craig's. Artillery Frost gets the bit. He gets awarded a channel point. I wish there was a way to do channel points like you can do on Twitch. Maybe I should start simulcasting on Twitch. No, this is not right either. He's not the DeMarcus Robinson of Eric Deckers. He maybe is like the Eric Deckers of Aaron Millett's. Again, you guys don't know enough ball to know who Aaron Millett is. That Judy pick, I'm realizing, I think also was a bad bye week. No, okay, it was fine. I do have a lot of week 10 buys here. Is there anything more annoying than taking Jerry Jeudy and then immediately thinking of Soccer Dave? You take Jerry Jeudy and you're like, I just got a playmaker. That's what I think every time I take a Cleveland Brown, I'm like, oh, I just got a playmaker. I hope Dave's happy. I hope Dave's proud of me. That Mike Williams snipe. Why did that guy take Mike Williams? He doesn't have a Bill. He doesn't have a Jet. No, he does have a Jet. Okay, he's setting up Rodgers. Nate the Great. Snapped off Caleb from me too. Snapped off Caleb without a Bears wide receiver. I'm calling party foul. What are some strategies to take advantage of when drafting in a managed league against casuals? Well, they're just going to jam running backs. So don't get buried in the running back avalanche. My suggestion as you transition from being a best ball bro to a managed league bro is to do hero running back. Is to take an A-Chain, a Brees. Although in managed leagues, like I just did one with some friends here in St. Louis last weekend, and I think I took A-Chain in the 4th round. I want to say he's 48th overall. So I would do that. And I would also do an elite tight end. I think elite tight end is very helpful in home leagues. Just balances out some of the variance because you're gonna be pretty good. Yeah. This is a good strategy. You just want to have, A-Chain is 41 on ESPN. 41. So you can kind of get A-Chain whenever you want. All right. This draft is Hunter Henry just randomly goes in the 13th. round. Leggett goes. Of course, Leggett goes in a team where I'm dead at wide receiver. Janice is here. This man, Vandy knows he's the Tyrell Williams of Gabe Davis's. That's pretty good. It's pretty not perfect, but pretty good. All right, we could take Khalil Herbert here. Oh no, J-Mac. You want to talk about needing to get bailed out at wide receiver, and you get Jalen McMillan in the 13th? Free. Yeah, also, I would maybe not take Marvin Harrison in a league. You don't need rookie upside. You are going to beat them at every position. You might not need Marvin Harrison in a casual league. Should I reach on A-Chain at 17 if I'm not confident he'll make it back at 45 in a 14-man league on ESPN? That's kind of a crazy question, too. Huh. I have A-Chain as my 16th ranked player in my redraft tiers on patreon.com/DavisMattic. So the answer is probably yes to me. Round 14. Damn, I would have taken Pearsall on this team. This is not a particularly good fantasy football team. All right, I'm going to take Herbert. Hold me to it, guys. Hold me to it that I'm probably done at running back here. Maybe one in round 18. Just got McMillions and a second for Hollywood and Dynasty. Yeah, Puka or Debo over Marv, probably. They have better scoring expectations. Bad vibes aside, why is Flowers going 50 picks ahead of Addison? Similar prospects, similar year in production and volume. Well, Flowers actually probably, his volume is like, okay. Addison is expected to have bad quarterback play right now. Flowers is playing with the league MVP. You can argue about is that because of its running. Argue whatever. But it is the fact. He also has, Jordan Addison is playing with the greatest wide receiver in the NFL. Maybe the guy who's going to end up being the greatest wide receiver ever. And Zay Flowers is playing with Mark Andrews. Like, Andrews is good and efficient, but if Zay Flowers is him, as Long Boy Frank just said, if he's him, he's going to out-target Mark Andrews. I think he did out-target Mark Andrews in games they played together last year. I could be making that up. Don't fact-check me. Here, I'll fact-check it right now. And I will tell you. I'll go look at the Game Splits app and see what he did with and without Andrews. But this really is the answer. Jeff Janis is the Cooper Kupp of Braxton Berrios. It's close, but the thing that is missing from that comp is that Janis was like the original 10 RAS guy. Jeff Janis would have had a 10 RAS. He would have been, he was so unbelievably athletic. That was the bit. All right, Zay Flowers with and without Mark Andrews. 17.4 points per game with Andrews out of the lineup. 11 PPR points per game with Andrews in the lineup. So maybe Mark Andrews, bro, why would you come at me like this in my own private domicile? Mark Andrews is not washed. Mark Andrews is not a part-time player. Mark Andrews is a very good player who is not washed. Tight ends age different, man. People do get very burnt by fading tight ends before they're done. Now, Gronk, different story. Graham, different story. Oh, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Zay Flowers, very good player. I probably, like, what I've decided this year, God. Yeah, I've only got 3% of Zay Flowers, and I've got 15% of Mark Andrews. So pretty easy to see the decision I made there. And I'm comfortable with that decision. Even if it doesn't work out, that's not one where I'm like, oh, I need to do 500 more drafts and try and reverse this decision. Type 1 diabetic tight ends might be a different story. Type 1 diabetes recovering from a lower leg injury. Well, I mean, look, dude, you're not wrong. Diabetes is a gnarly disease and can really impact how you heal. But Mark Andrews is him. Mark Andrews is just a very efficient tight end and a really good stylistic fit with Lamar Jackson. I think that's kind of the Ayuk, 4 years, $124 million. I can feel it. Give it an hour. It's a lot of money for Brandon Ayuk. Didn't Mark Andrews miss practice this week? Any updates? I guess, honestly, I was not woke for that, but it does appear that that is true. All right. We've got Brock Bowers. Let's do a little correlation here with Juwan Johnson. Let's nab ourselves another wide receiver. And we are about to get out of here. I'm going to go let my puppies out of their kennel. And they are going to go fucking ham on me. All right. Oh, look at me. I just clicked over. I just clicked over to the running back tab. Jalen Tolbert, man, I've been chasing him up. Is there an obvious correlation pick here that I'm missing? Corley is the pick. Well, you know what? No, Malik Washington is the one I like. If Corley's around back, I'll get him. But Malik Washington is the guy I'm like logging in to do drafts. The Seahawks just signed some wide receiver named Wiley. Any info? I mean, I'm assuming it's a special team signing. Wiley, Seahawks. They let D. Eskridge go. Seahawks signed some wide receiver named Wiley. Let's see if I can find it. I don't see anything. Not seeing anything. Noah Brown to the Commanders. I mean, let me tell you what. Noah Brown, who's had 2 100-yard games since high school, both of them coming with C.J. Stroud last year. I mean, it's just that De'Ami Brown is a terrible player. I mean, that's not fair, but man, he really is not good, and wasn't really that good in college either. De'Ami Brown, how many receptions do you think that De'Ami Brown has in the NFL? Because the answer is 29. Does 16% Elijah, 30% Malik make me a slappy or a sharp? 16% Elijah more? Or are you saying something else crazy like Elijah Higgins, the Arizona guy? I love. Am I woke to Jalen Brooks in Dallas? No, I can't get that far, man. I cannot get woke enough to get to Jalen Brooks in Dallas. I'm sorry. I know he did spend the summer with Dak too. Which rookie wide receiver do you think busts? Well, this team would indicate that it's Keon Coleman, because this team can win if it's Keon Coleman. Sniped on A-Chain. So, I mean, that's a better running back room than I normally get. And you got good wide receivers. Home leagues, so good. The answer for De'Ami Brown career receptions, by the way, is 29 with 3 career touchdowns. Sam Howell led the NFL in passing attempts per game last year, which turned into De'Ami Brown having fewer receptions than Byron Pringle, Jamison Crowder, John Bates. Logan Thomas had 5 times as many receptions. Yeah, this Wiley guy is like a nothing. He's like a ninth string guy. Seahawks. I thought Ayuk was supposed to practice today. Chase was supposed to practice today, and then he wasn't. Well, yeah, I mean, not earning targets is going to be, obviously you want to earn targets, but he also played in college with Malik Neighbors in his final season. But if you were going to be lower on the continuum of targets per route run, you would also prefer to be higher on the continuum of average depth of target. You prefer to have a very high average depth of target, and he does have a very high average depth of target, Brian Thomas Jr. I was very encouraged with the way they used him in the preseason game. I've been pretty encouraged by everything that's happening in Jacksonville this offseason. Not that I'm like the world's biggest. Corley gets snapped off. Not that I'm the world's biggest believer in Doug Peterson and the Jets and Trevor Lawrence ball knowing, but I like Brian Thomas Jr. He was a good prospect to me. Steven has been Evan Ingram pilled. Tell me why he can't be the tight end 1 overall. Of course, Corley goes. Okay. A Detroit Lions bring back. A Jets bring back. Gone. A Rams bring back. A Ravens bring back. I could take Walker. Is Likely gone? Jalen Naylor. Ooh. That was close. That was freaking close. Do you guys see those? Someone tell me that wasn't nimble fingers. Those were some nimble ass fingers. Oh, never mind. They weren't nimble ass fingers. I got fucking Justice Hill. Not nimble fingers. I thought I clicked it. This is what I got to stop doing that, man. I got to stop doing that. Although weirdly, we did just backdoor into Justice Hill as a bring back. Yeah, I was gonna say I just got lucky there. All right, Jalen Naylor. I clicked draft. Yeah, Justice Hill, not a bad pick, but definitely gross. All right, let's wrap this one up. Oh, I meant to take a third tight end on this team. Whatever, doesn't matter. All right, Breece Hall, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Roma Dunze, James Cook, Khalil Shakir, Brock Bowers, Dontavian Wicks, Brock Purdy, Trey Benson, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen McMillan, Khalil Herbert, Juwan Johnson, Malik Washington, Justice Hill, Jalen Naylor. Beautiful stuff. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here. I forgot I have a main event that I'm recording with Evan, Silva, Thorman, Rich Rebar, and JJ Zachariason in an hour. I need to go get some dinner and let my dogs out. What if Justice Hill is the guy you need? Well, if Justice Hill is the guy that you need to be commenting on these videos to win 5% of $1.5 million. So comment on the videos, and guys, I'll be back with you very soon. Tomorrow morning, I'll be streaming, and there'll also be a video up on the channel for you guys to watch of us drafting the main event. Later, fellas.